Greetings, tribe. My name is Gemini. Peace and blessings to you. So, this is a collective reading, a reading for the collective. I actually asked the Holy Spirit a question pertaining to my brother who is feeling currently lost on his path and is wondering what is the next step. And the Spirit has been urging me that he needs to get into the Spirit. Now, as we all know, or maybe some of us don't, everything in the spirit realm is manifested into the physical realm. So, as within, so without. If outside of you you're feeling lack of abundance, if outside of you you're feeling despair, if in your life you're feeling lost, like you're going in circles, you don't have guidance, more than likely it's because you're not tapping into the messages of your spirit. Your spirits are here to guide you. Your spirits are here to guide you to your sure success. Remember, in the spirit realm, everything is known. All things are known. So if in the physical you feel like there are things that you do not know, it is definitely your guides blocking you from certain things to bring you back to yourself, to bring you back to your power, okay? Now, sometimes we may want to do something that does not align with our highest purpose, but we don't know what our highest purpose is because we're not tapping in to the intellect and the divine intelligence of spirit. So, the point of this reading, as I found it to be a collective message, I am sharing with you lovely people because I know and I'm so thankful for my own guidance. I use these cards. I use my spirit. I use my eye. I use my dreams. I use my lessons. I use all things because all things are the spirit guiding you. And as you begin to look through the eyes of the spirit and remove ego and separate a person, place, or thing from what they did to you or how they treated you or how they talked to you, take it inside and ask the spirit, how could this be guiding me to myself? If I'm doing something and it's not prospering, am I doing the right things in alignment with my spirit guides? Am I doing the right things in alignment with the veneration and freedom of my ancestors? Because we are our ancestors. And if they're not free, then you are definitely not free. So sometimes the things in life that you may be pursuing are not of your highest guidance and your highest wisdom, and they will not bring you prosperity. They will not bring you abundance. They will not bring you your expected end, which is to be prosperous and abundant, as all things in spirit are prosperous and abundant. But once again, if your ancestors are spiritually shackled, remember, some of our ancestors died in bondage. Some of our ancestors died unenlightened, and their spirits may be roaming around lost. And those are the lost parts of you that you feel within you to be tapped into and unlocked and re-empowered. So, since the cards are already pulled and I decided to share this with you all, I'm going to go ahead and go through the cards now and explain, okay? So, I pulled this way down, but the message goes from this way up. So I'll be explaining it to you from the bottom up. Now, your ancestors are your guides. The deities, the gods and goddesses that we know of or learn of or that have been attempting to appear and appeal to us are the tools on our path. So the guides give us our path. The tools help us to successfully align and fulfill our path. And the angels are our encouragement and bright lights along the way and our sure protection. Okay? So, if you're currently feeling lost, if you want to know what your next step is, If you say, well, how do I do all of this? It sounds like a lot. How do I tap into spirit? Do I need to start eating clean first, meditating first? Like, it sounds like a lot when you try to decipher it with your own carnal mind. And the first card that came out from the angels is an encouragement to trust from Uriel, angel, bright angel Uriel. Uriel is the divine companion, okay? Now remember, the angels love for the sake of love. They don't have motives and ambitions of guiding you where they please. They guide from the highest realm of love, because true love, not petty love, not egotistical love, the true love of God, of source, of the universe, is wanting to see you through to your highest self, wants to give you your wings, wants to give you your crown. But it's up to us and our own individual will to choose highest guidance, to choose to find this love inside of us. So Uriel is urging us to trust. First, begin by removing your carnal mind and trusting that all things really do work together for your good. And diving in and delving into self-love, putting yourself first, but removing the ego out of it. The ego is the only thing that makes self-love selfish. Selfish in the way that most people speak of. To say, excuse me, to say, love others first, or treat people how you want to be treated, or love your neighbor as yourself. But if you don't know what love is, and you don't trust yourself, and you don't trust spirit, you'll never know what true love is until you dive in to the guidance that is loving you. All things are love remembering you. Hard situations, tough situations, turmoil, dark nights of the soul, tower moments, deaths and rebirths. These are all things serving you, attempting to remind you of your power. So the angels are reminding you in this time of choosing to be guided, moving out of a state of deficit and loss and in abundance. Trust that all things work together for your good. And as you embark on this journey into trusting your spirits, trusting your guides, and trusting yourself, the angel is encouraging you that all things will work out for you as long as you persevere and you understand, you understand and overstand that the entire universe truly does conspire in your favor to see you win. Okay? Now, that's the light that shined on your current moment and your current situation, your current feelings in life, urging you to turn around and see all the prosperity that's behind you. Now, what's behind you? Your ancestors, guiding you, backing you up, waiting and ready and standing charge in order to see you succeed and see you prosper. So what they've urged here is to start exploring your creative side. Visualize, paint, record, journal, get into it. Because one thing that spirit will do as you continue to choose to be guided, everything is a relationship. And when you build a relationship with spirit, you're guided with messages, you're guided with visions. Parts of you are unlocked that you didn't previously acknowledge because you were living through your body and not through your spirit. You are a spiritual being having a physical experience. So as all things are spirit and some things are physical, we must dwell in the place that all things exist in, which is the spirit. And the more that you explore your creative side, the more that you express, the more that spirit can trust you to give you more messages, because you're not going to sit on them and hold them. And it's like giving you messages for what? Once again, it's the same thing in every relationship. If you're communicating with your partner, or whether it's a spouse, a business partner, your children, whomever, if you realize they're not receiving your messages, they're not doing anything with it, eventually you just stop talking. And then what happens? Everything falls apart. Everybody feels lost. No one knows what to do. And things break apart because there is no taking in, embodying, and expressing of the information that's being communicated. You know, if you're not receiving the messages, then you're blocking your communication with the ancestors, with your sure guides. And you're also, in that point, blocking your own prosperity. So by ignoring your guides, you're keeping yourself in bondage, and you're signing up and reaffirming you're in abundance, okay? So your ancestors are urging you to explore your creative side and to express, to visualize, paint, record things, write down your dreams, write down your thoughts throughout the day, write down anything you see. If it seems like deja vu or synchronicities, angel numbers, keep a little pad with you and start writing them down, and you'll start to see how things are aligning. And then the more aware that you become of the signs and synchronicities, they will get clearer and clearer, and you'll be able to see where on your path these things align. You know, I know someone who just every day they think about hitting the lottery. They just want to win. They just want to win. And it's like, remember, your guides are not going to guide you to winning in an area that's going to allow you to ignore them. I'm going to say that again. Your guides will not guide you to success out of alignment with your path. If your ancestors are spiritually in bondage and you're physically in bondage, they're not going to free you physically to still have you spiritually bonded. And then everything you gain physically, you'll lose because you're not vibrating on that energy in the spirit realm. You must first be all that you seek within you. So explore your creative side, express the messages that come to you, even if you feel like, well, I can't draw. Trust. Draw stick figures. Start off with something. Eventually, turn your brain off and just draw. Just go. Just go. And eventually, the messages will become clearer and clearer. But you have to build this relationship with spirit so they can trust you to give you more messages. No one's going to give you a gift that you don't deserve. Maybe here in reality, there's Christmas and birthdays and people celebrate just because. But the spirits are impartial to who you are. There aren't good spirits and bad spirits. There are just spirits. And so if you are out of alignment with your inner self, your outer self will be out of alignment with you as well. So explore your creative side. That's the first message from Spirit. Okay. The next card that came out is Spirit Guides. It speaks towards insight, guidance, and purpose. Once again, your spirits are here to guide you. Everything is a message. Birds, fruit, seeds, plant a seed and watch it grow. The energy that you invest into this relationship is the energy that you'll get out of it. Looking outside of you for a divine counterpart when you haven't realized the divine counterpart inside of you first is asinine. It won't work out. And even if you compromise and you struggle through it and you say, man, we've gotten so far, your life doesn't have to be a struggle. I think that's a common misconception. I know that's a common misconception amongst people, that relationships are hard, life is tough, but you just gotta persevere. No, that's absolutely incorrect. When you use wisdom and you allow your intellect to be filtered through your intuition, it breeds in you a pure heart to where you no longer have to struggle. Struggling is not something that you even can mentally perceive embracing, because you know how abundant you are in spirit. And the more that you realize this abundance, the more that it will begin to come to fruition in the flesh, in physical form, in paper money, and in prosperity in everything that you do, because you are guided by your highest guides, by your bright white lights, by your ancestors. So exploring your creative side, indulging in the relationship with your spirit guides, okay? And honoring the deities around you. Now remember, the ancestors guide your path. Everyone comes here from the spirit realm to the physical with a soul contract. You came here for things that you probably currently don't recall because you've been so caught up in the flesh. It's not your fault. It's what we've been taught to do. Everything geared from getting trapped in religion. Religion is a tool, okay? But if you're trapped in it, you're not going to be able to see the clear messages. You're just going to be moving on blind faith and saying, I trust, but I don't really have the relationship to be trusting. And it will also play out in your physical relationships. You'll be trusting people and moving on blind faith, just hoping that it works out without doing the work. So this card speaks towards honoring the deities around you with prayers, offerings, and asking for help. It's okay to use your tools. Once again, life does not have to be difficult. Sometimes we place our self-worth in the hard work that we do. I personally used to honor working hard. And then one day I realized I have all this knowledge and I have not been applying my wisdom. I didn't have a relationship with my ancestors, with my spirit guides. I wasn't using any of my tools. So there was no point in all of the knowledge. You can read books, you can go to church, you can pray every day, but how can you step it up? How can you build a relationship? If someone was just texting you every day and they never talked to you, you never saw them, they never built an actual relationship with you, you'd eventually just stop messaging them. You say, hey, I feel like I don't know what your motives are, but you're wasting my time. Now, luckily, Spirit is a lot more merciful and graceful than that, okay? Because once again, they're impartial, but they are there literally ready and standing at your call. So honoring the deities around you. Deities, the goddess Isis, Bastet, Tehuti, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Medicine Buddha, and all of these deities, these are tools. And once you get into them, you'll realize these are tools that are inside of you. They vibrated so high in their own existence that their energy is still around. Everything is energy. Water is energy. Food is energy. Your thoughts are energy. The things if you watch TV, those things are energy. Fire is energy. All elements and all things are forms of energy manifested into physical being. So when you invoke and embody these energies, which are already in you, you allow these tools to unlock you. Now, when it comes to deities, okay, there are deities, there are energies that vibrate to your specific vibration. So if you get into numerology and you look at the Chaldean numerology chart, which is the ancient system of numerology, there are some new numerology calculations, but the Chaldean numerology is the oldest. So that's the one that is original, pretty much. So that's what I would encourage you to go with. And find out your life path number. Find out your soul urge, your expression numbers. Find out what you vibrated here with. And it's used based on the information on your actual birth record. So even if there are misspellings on your birth record, but it's supposed to be this way or it's supposed to be that way, remember, there are no coincidences. Everything happens divinely, specifically for a reason, to guide you in a very specific way. So get your birth certificate. I also urge you to get your birth time. If you don't know your birth time, a lot of people don't know this, but on the new birth certificates, they've removed the time from them. So contact your vital statistics office and get a copy of the long form of your birth certificate, there's a lot more that goes into that with freedom and getting that apostilled and putting it in your trust, but that's a whole nother video. It's a whole nother video, so not here. But get your birth information, calculate based on the Chaldean numerology chart your life path number, your soul urge number, your expression number, and figure out which deities vibrate to your specific vibration. Now look at it like this. If I am a baker, I do not need a shovel. So if there's a tool that's a shovel, that's not the tool for me. I can have a shovel, but that's not going to assist me on my path as a baker, which is the most simple way I can put it. Now, if I'm a gardener, I don't necessarily need whatever kitchen tools I would need as a baker. You know what I'm saying? A whisk. What am I doing? Whisking the dirt? It has to make sense. And when you delve into the intellect of the spirit, you'll realize all things do make sense. Confusion goes away and your path becomes very, very clear. So these are the messages from the ancestors. Explore your creative side. Create a relationship with your spirit guides. And figure out which tools, which deities vibrate to you. There are plenty deities in many cultures. Now, at this point in existence, we're not all from one place. Like for me, I don't just look at African deities. I look at all of the deities that resonate with me. I look at their attributes and see who I can commune with, who will fit the alignment of my path in the greatest form. Because once again, you want the best tools for you. If I'm baking, I could mix with a fork or I could mix with a whisk. It just depends on what's going to allow my path to be of much more ease. We have to use wisdom, people, okay? My beloved, beloved, beloved people. When you use wisdom, all things become so simple. So remember to trust in your spirit guides, explore your creative sides, and honor the deities around you. Now, the card on the bottom of this Ancestor Spirit Oracle card deck is begin writing now. Which means don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't say, well, I'm going to get this specific book first, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Ask your guides, trust your guides, and say, hey, I'm dedicating myself to starting to draw every night after I get off of work or whatever. Start replacing and being very intentional about removing the things from your life that don't serve your relationship with spirit. If you go out and hang out at the hookah bar every night, or you party with your friends every night, but you're not writing and you're not expressing, you're not going to be getting any messages. Actually, you will be getting some messages, but they won't be going anywhere. So you'll feel confused about why you feel things and know things, but they don't make any sense. And they don't make sense because what you're doing is not making sense with the things that's being revealed to you. So begin writing now. Don't wait. Explore your creative side. Create, express, inspire, and create for the mere purpose of getting these messages out there. We don't even have to think about step 10, 11, and 12 to say, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to paint this, but does that mean I should start a paint gallery? Don't go that far. Allow yourself to be guided in future tense for what's to come. But in this current moment, your relationship with spirit says they speak, you express. Allow yourself to be a conduit for this energy. Now, from my Egyptian tarot deck, I got the Three of Chalices and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, these two cards speak towards this one. The Three of Chalices speaks towards a toast, a celebration. This card is the messenger of success. So businesses and consultations and things like that. Ultimately, what these cards are saying are when you trust, when you follow your spirit guides and you honor your deities, when you follow your path and you use the tools that guide you on your path to success and you express your expressions, you find sure success. Now, I wish I could I'm not going to say I wish I could make this up, because these cards come out in divine order. There aren't power in the cards. There isn't power in anything specific. The power comes from within. The power comes from your divine relationship and acceptance that you're a spirit in a body. You're not a body. You're a spirit in a body. And there are spirits around you that you cannot see with your naked eye, because at this point in your current life, in your current situation of operating and being, you can kind of just say you don't deserve to see them. Like, there's no point. If you saw them, you just be seeing them for no reason. As you build your relationship, things will start to open up to you more. There won't be fear, like, what if I see a spirit and it's creepy? Like, when you build your relationship with your guides, you'll start to want to see them. You'll start to want to see the mighty people, the beings of light and energy that are around you, protecting you and guiding you. You'll begin to be so grateful that you'll be like, yo, can I see you? Where you at? Like, I know you're here. I feel you. What's going on? So trusting your guides, honoring your deities, and using the tools around you, and expressing yourself. Most importantly, beginning now, okay? So the last thing I'm going to talk about are these angel cards. These came out in reference to just sidebar overall encouragement from the angels. With trust, you have faith, okay? From the angel Raziel. Faith. Having faith is not necessarily being blind and saying, whoever's out there in the sky, I trust you and I have faith and I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to wait for you to do something, which is very selfish, because every relationship requires some form of work. And the work is trusting your guides and having faith that they're guiding you, and actually expressing and following through with these messages, following through with your guidance. When you follow through with your guides, you'll never be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You'll always be in the right place at the right time. People will call you lucky, okay? People will call you blessed. By their fruits you shall know them. If your life is currently unfruitful, then you have to look inside. You have to look inside. Have faith in yourself to know that everything is inside of you. All you have to do is allow it to be unlocked and follow through with your path. The next angel card speaks towards gratitude. Once again, by their fruits you shall know them. How grateful are you for your life? How grateful are you for all the things that you encounter? How grateful are you for bad relationships? Are you still stuck up on what that person said or did to you? Or do you say, what vibration am I vibrating on to attract that kind of thing in my life? And then you can begin to look at it through the eyes of spirit and feel gratitude for it. You can thank that person genuinely for being a conduit for a lesson that led you back to your power. It's very, very powerful when you have gratitude. When you have authentic gratitude, you start to feel a difference in your heart. You start to feel a difference in your mind and in your spirit and even in your body. Cancers, ulcers, headaches, pains, tension, knots and things in your body, those are emphases from spirit to teach you and show you something. So if you're ignoring your pain or taking pills or just sleeping it off and just, oh, I'm tired of feeling this way, look into your spirit. See where you can have gratitude. See where you can look at something deeper. Ask. Once again, prayers, offerings, and help. Spirit guides, insights, guidance, and purpose. Ask your guides to show you where you can be more grateful. Ask your guides to show you how you can see things not through carnal eyes, but through the eyes of the spirit in order to invoke wisdom. Okay? We are eternal beings of abundance. This is a realm. This physical realm is the realm of manifestation. If everything is spirit, but we're physical, we're spirits in a physical being, that means everything in spirit can be manifested into all the fruit you see here on the table. You can be fruitful. It's just a matter of having gratitude, thanking everything. When you focus on your divine relationship with the universe, with all things that work together for your good, all things conspiring for your prosperity, you start to receive things that you used to chase. You used to run down and grasp and yearn over and pine after and cry over at night and just hope and wish that one day. Now you don't do those things anymore because they come to you with such ease, because they know you're a safe place for it to reside. When you vibrate on your highest frequencies and you have gratitude, you start to see things have gratitude for you. Good things wants to come to you. Good things find you. You'll be like, man, I thought about that 5 years ago and thought it wasn't possible. And then one day, it's just somebody just gives it to you and says, hey, man, I don't know why I'm giving you this, but something just tells me. And you'd be like, wow. These are the fruits of your spirit. These are your guides blessing you for following your path. Your guides don't need you to follow your path. You need you to follow your path. If your guides urge you and you don't listen, there'll be someone else. And they'll get all the blessings that you've been crying and seeking to receive. So choose your own abundance. Choose your own prosperity. And choose it in a way that you don't want it just to hold on to it. Once again, you are the embodiment and the expression of God. Straight from the source, here you are. So if you're getting things to hold on to it, that's not a God-like attribute. God is always progressing, always creating, okay? So you, being God, you are your creator. And that may sound here and there for a lot of different people, depending on how one's mind may attempt to interpret that. But if you are your ancestors and your ancestors came from the source, you came from the source, you're your ancestors, you are the source. You get to choose good or bad. You get to choose prosperity and abundance or lack and poverty. You get to choose that. But just know that that's not what's meant for you. That's not what the Spirit expects for you. And that's not what anyone really wants for you. That's not even what you want. So at some point, it's standing up for yourself and saying, you know what? I deserve better than what I've been giving myself. I don't deserve to leave dishes in the sink the night before, to wake up the next day. Now I have dishes and a million other things to do. Now I'm spinning around in circles. Now I feel overwhelmed. It's too much. The divine relationship with all that is within you causes you to treat yourself better and to really know what self-love is. So the last angel message is Earth Force from Angel Raphael. Okay? Earth Force talks about getting grounded, getting your feet in the earth, honoring the elements around you, honoring water. Some of us just run water like there's we're not even thinking about it. The water is blasting. We're brushing our teeth. We use the bathroom. We forget the water's even running, which is wasteful. Once again, gratitude. Have gratitude for the earth. Do you know that when you plant a seed and you say, you know what, I'm going to water this every day. I'm going to dedicate myself to this seed. That seed is also energy. The earth is energy. You're putting your energy into the earth. So when you devote yourself to that connection that you just planted into the earth, guess what? You think you have to water that seed every day for the rest of your life? You don't. You're planting the shade today that you're going to be thankful for tomorrow. And eventually, there's days you don't even have to water the seed. The earth does it for you. The earth creates the nourishments and minerals in the soil to nurture your seed, to nurture your energy. It grows it, and then you have a whole bunch of fruit. And all you did was say, you know what? I'm going to plant this seed. So Earth Force, get out there in the earth. Start to pay attention to the moon has lots and lots of energy, especially for manifestation. As it's growing, as it's full, as it's new, as it's going. These are all particular periods of energy. Think about the energy of the moon. Think about the energy of the sun, the energy of the stars, the sky, the water, the fire, the earth, okay, the wind. Think about all things in forms of energy, and your mind will really begin to open up and start to change. Honor the earth. Build your relationship with the earth. Get outside and say thank you. The earth nourishes us even when we do, even as we're destroying it, even when we don't pay attention to it. The earth is our divine mother, nourishing us in ways that so many of us are ungrateful for because it just happens. You don't have to work for it. But once you instill gratitude, you'll also get more things that you don't really have to work for. Because we didn't come here to work hard. We came here in physical to build a relationship with our spirit. This physical realm is a gift. Some people say, I'm not here for a long time, just for a good time. That's honestly for real. Like that's true. You're not here for 30 million years. Your spirit is eternal, but you came here in the flesh to build a relationship with yourself and all that you are, which includes your guides and your tools and your path. So know your path, get into your numerology chart, find out your number, okay? Start to write down who your ancestors are, who the people are who came before you, who passed away, and honor them. Talk to them daily. Build an altar. There's nothing wrong with these things. You're not worshiping the altar. I don't worship these cards. I seek guidance from within, and these are an expression of my guidance. So reframing our minds is very important. If that's something you currently feel that is difficult to do, you find yourself overthinking this process, you don't know where to begin, so you're not making any moves and you're procrastinating, pray about it in a way that you're praying inward. You're praying to all the guidance that is within you to express itself as wisdom. And you're praying for the tenacity to follow through. You're praying for dedication and devotion to be invoked in you and instilled. And ask for the fire to purge you. You know, the flames hit different when you don't fight them. Some people are burning right now. And all they have to do is surrender and realize the only thing that's burning away are the things that do not serve me. Then is the only time that the fire can truly purge you. So this is the message. I'm so grateful to Spirit for guidance. I'm so thankful for all of the tools on my path that lead me to my sure success. I'm grateful for you all. I'm grateful for this social media platform to be able to share this collectively with so many people. I could stand on my balcony and scream it from the world, but that platform only reaches so far. So even though there are terrible things going on YouTube and social media platforms, there are wonderful things going on as well. And I'm thankful for seeing the brighter side. And I have so much gratitude for all things guiding me in love, guiding me and returning me to the power within my own being, for me to be able to sit here and share this with you all and be so at peace and so guided and so loved and ready to receive the things that are on their way to me. So I'm confident that you all are prosperous, peaceful, standing in your power. I love you. The universe loves you. Your spirit guides love you. Your ancestors love you. Anything you seek outside of you, know that it is already fulfilled inside of you. And when you start to actually open yourself up and look inside, you'll realize that you have always been abundant. You have never lacked and you have never gone without. I love you. Peace.